I don't know why it does that weird flash thing. I want to make a really quick video just kind of updating you guys on, I don't know why it's so bright in here. Just kind of updating you guys. I had kind of a tough couple of weeks, like a few weeks ago. I had a really bad panic attack at a hospital. Agoraphobia kind of got, my agoraphobia got triggered. And it was really hard to get out. It was like 7 stories up, and like it was just kind of, I mean, it was typical agoraphobia. It was like on the 7th floor of this building, and I ended up leaving. So bright. I ended up leaving because I couldn't handle it and I just needed to get out. Sorry, it's so bright. I feel really weird. So I ended up leaving, and then after that I just really obsessed over, like, am I relapsing? What does this mean? What do I do? My entire year's worth of recovery was on the line. Like, it was just a lot of anxiety. I finally got in touch with my therapist, and I told her everything, and I was like, what do I do? Like, I'm freaking out. I'm starting to feel like the old me. What's going on? She's like, okay, like, just because you left there doesn't mean you're like relapsing. What you need to do is push every single thing that you can. And that sucks. It sucked to kind of like be back at that part where I'm like, oh, exposure, blah blah blah. This is so bright. So yeah, so I left, I started going back to the hospital little by little, and then I went upstairs finally one day by myself, and I was going to pick up my grandma, so I couldn't like just leave. I had to wait for her and wait for the nurses to discharge her and stuff like that. And I had a panic attack unlike any panic attack I've ever had, I think, to date. Like, it just was it was so intense. Like, I could feel my heartbeat throughout my entire body. I was so nauseous. The intrusive thoughts were so loud. And I was panicking, straight terror is what I felt that day, and it sucked. But I got through it. I left, feeling very, very, very proud and like happy and free, because after that I was like, okay, like I can stop obsessing over relapsing now. I'm good. A few days after that, I went to my orientation for the mental hospital. I had to sit in a room for 3 hours. It was terrible. It was so loud. It was so my thoughts were so loud. It was so hot in there. And I was in a new area. I was at a mental hospital, which is very, very anxiety provoking for my trigger, since I'm afraid that I'm just gonna go crazy. I'm just gonna fucking snap and lose my mind, and I'm gonna do something crazy. And I was terrified that I was gonna end up, at a mental hospital. And yeah, I did well. I got through. I did well. I did it. I got through it. Everything was good. And then I started volunteering there. And the first day I didn't know that I was volunteering there, so I didn't have I didn't know that it was like our first day. So I didn't have time to like obsess and like have like all that anticipatory anxiety. It's been a few weeks, and I absolutely am in love with being there. I don't think I want to be a clinical psychologist, but I don't think I want to like work at a place like that. I don't want to work at a psychiatric hospital, but I do love it. And I it's good because I'm not, a lot of people I guess can't handle how intense it is because of the patients. I'm more terrified of like what I'm capable of doing. It's more my intrusive thoughts of like, what if I went crazy and I hit somebody or did something. So I'm not really like that intimidated by like what they are doing. I'm so sorry, it's so bright. But yeah, so it's just been really, it's been great. I love it. They discontinued our hours last week because like the state is like worried about liability. And it's sad because we love it and we want to get back, but we're hoping that this issue gets resolved soon. My friend and I have a friend that volunteers with me. But yeah, so I don't know. I felt like I had so much to talk about, but I like got it done pretty quick. I really love hearing from all of you guys. I really like, I try to help you guys the best I can. I know a lot of people get mad and they're like, oh, you're not a psychologist, and you know, whatever, like you're not like qualified to give this advice or whatever. I'm well aware that I'm not qualified, but I try to help everybody the best I can, and I really do try to talk to you guys like from my experience. I don't try to like make up things that I don't know. Like I'll tell you if I don't know, and I'll tell you like, look, ask a professional or whatever, like, you know. So yeah. But yeah, like I love hearing from you guys. I love hearing stories. Like I love knowing that I'm not alone, and I'm sure just as much as you guys love knowing that you're not alone. I love the fact that people feel comfortable enough to talk to me about things. You know, I try to be as open as I can about everything that, or not as open as I can, as open as open. You know, I try to be open about everything that I feel and everything that I go through, embarrassing and not embarrassing, like scary, whatever. Like it's I'm not trying to hold anything back, because I didn't have anybody telling me like, oh, this is what I'm going through, and you know, and I wasn't able to like relate to anybody, you know, until later on in my recovery, you know. And I didn't have anybody who was like ahead of me in recovery. I just had people like kind of complaining with me, which is great because that's what I needed, but I didn't have anybody that was like, okay, look, like this does work, it's possible to get better, and so on. And that's what I try to like help you guys with as much as I can. I'm just trying to show you guys that like is difficult and sucky, and in whatever word you want to like fill in there, like as difficult as it is, like it's possible to get better, and it's well worth all the hard work that I've put in the last year of my life, dedicating it to overcoming some pretty shitty issues. So yeah, keep writing me. Again, I'm really sorry that this is so bright. If this video doesn't work for some reason, I will have to record it another day or another time because it's so bright. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. Bye.